Nah. People. Joel Benjamin 528, aka Big Money Benjamin. Let me change this header. I always do that. These are the ills of going live. Bear with me. We're going to be talking about there we go. USA and Israel versus Iran. Is the Middle East on the brink of a major war? Full geopolitical breakdown. And oh, do I have a breakdown for you. This is one you're not going to want to miss. Let me do my send out, make people know that I'm live so they don't have to bother me while I'm live. But a lot of people are disappointed in Trump. A lot of people is happy with Trump. That's really neither here nor there. I'll tell you why. Because there is some stuff that's going on behind the scenes, and I couldn't make sense out of it. But let's just say even I can't make sense out of it. Now, what do I mean? I'm hearing reports that there been a media blackout on what's really going on. And everybody think that it's just Israel, but I'm about to show that it's not just Israel. So I'm going to share my screen. I want to start off with this video here. I'm not going to be any longer. I see people now coming in. I'm sorry, people. I just got to send these out real quick. Like I said, these are the ills of going live. I want y'all opinion, how y'all feel on this. Salute to the international, salute to the domestic. First off, yeah, I want your opinion, because some people, they just don't want to give their opinion. They don't want to say. Some people are scared, but I want to know basically what you think. As I continue this, I'm going to show you something that I really want to know. What do y'all take from this that's going on? So let me play this video. We're going to go straight to my TikTok. Oh, come on. Like I said, ills of going live, people. The ills of going live. Should I cue up this video first? No need. I'm just going to find a video for you and play it. Again, bear with me. Yeah, I know your boy doing this all on his lonesome. When y'all come in, y'all could say what's up too. So I'm going to take my time with this. All right, I'm going to take my time with this. Some videos that I save. I just want y'all to tell me what y'all think. I'm going to start off with this video.
They are fucking up that country. Iran is tearing that ass up in Israel, okay? And it's fucking crazy, because one of the first things I think of when I see shit like this happening, right? It's like you're seeing the videos of people scream.
So apparently I live under a rock, or I live in another country that might not be Israel, but it doesn't feel like I'm fucked up yet. And since the title of this video was Tel Aviv, I decided to reach out to my followers and ask them to send me videos, and made sure that it was live from that moment that I asked them to. So wait. So this is me basically reaching out to someone who lives in Tel Aviv. I just needed a video of Tel Aviv right now. Still need one, blah, blah, blah. Okay, give me 5 minutes. Immediately received videos from Tel Aviv. I even asked, when are these from? Just so I can be real with my followers and real with the world. Okay, so I got my response. I asked where are the videos from. When are they from? Just took them here, got me a little map, and I kept reading where. That was her response. Now, in this lady's video, she continues to say that she doesn't really care that that's how Tel Aviv looks because she believes that it looks like how Gaza looked, and she believes that we're screaming, looking for shelter, like the people in Gaza did. And if we're being honest, and not to toot our horns or to flex on anyone, it's really not that hard to find shelter. And the last thing you're going to see is a video of Israelis screaming and crying, looking for shelter. We're so programmed in Israel that chances are you won't hear us screaming, but you will see us moving to a safe room. Like that's how it works. And even though I wouldn't like to go through all of this and to try to prove something to the world, but it really is crazy how everyone literally believes that Tel Aviv could ever look like how Gaza looks. And while I know, and other citizens in Israel know, that we are not fucked up like people presume we are, I just needed to prove that because for some reason, people are proudly making videos and so happy that what they think occurred, they truly believe it occurred when it didn't. By the way, someone even told me, I dare you to leave your house and show where you are. The roofs intact, buildings intact, us intact. Are we shaken up? Are we running from bomb shelter to bomb shelter? Yes. Do we look like Gaza? Can we ever? No. With that being said, again, to my people, stay safe. Love ya.
They are fucking up that country. Iran is tearing that ass up in Israel.
All right. Let me pause that video. So she's answering the person, I guess doing a response to the person that did this video. Now, is it just me? Am I the only one that's seeing and hearing? What is that black girl doing out there in Israel, sound with a full-blown American accent? Is it just me? Now, I don't follow her page. I don't know what's up. But y'all do know, and I'm not saying that this is happening, you do know that they have these AI pages. A lot of these people, remember, you haven't seen in real life. You don't know what they look like. And then some of them, if you do see them in real life, that don't mean they're there where they say they are. They get paid to use their own image and everything. Now, I don't know the truth. Let me start by saying that. I don't know the truth. And I know why I'm saying that. Because what I'm about to show you, because you see, she did a 360. And I'm asking everybody else on here, because am I bugging? Is it me? Do I just want to see something that's not there? All right. What's that? It's frozen. Oh, it's frozen now. I paused it. This young lady.
It's fucking crazy.
It doesn't.
She does kind of look like an Edomite tear, if you ask me. One part of the family probably black Jew, the next part Jewish from out there in Israel. I don't know. All I know is something's not right. And this is how the plot thickens. I want y'all to watch this video. This is a sidebar, but I want y'all to watch this video. If they could do this with this, and I'm not saying That's what they did with that. But news media already got caught doing stuff like this. Just watch this video.
对不对？有各种的奶茶、咖啡、水果这种，或者有些姨妈子、血渍，这些污渍很常见，这些污渍很难洗，都是属于一些衣物比较常见的污渍。那小宝宝，我们放心用。在这个成分非常安全的角度的同时，有效储值可以高达99.1%。所以奶茶、咖啡、水果这种，或者有些姨妈子、血渍，这些污渍很常见，这些污渍很难洗，都是属于一些衣物比较常见的污渍。买下一单回去试一下，我60秒钟之内能够开始接受快速发现，能够做到是机洗帮你把衣服洗干净。咱们今天成为会员买家1号，每个人
我放心去拍打去买。提前了之后呢，我们家包子给大家，真正做到老面包上，真正做到手工去包，坏单呀、卤单呀、手单呀都可以的，出货量都有的。手工老面去包是全部都行，放心去拍打去买。今天拍，今天发，明天到的，坏单、卤单、手单欧米的。
把5好时间后，拍下每个人多送的1。
I'm gonna need y'all interaction with me tonight. I'm gonna need y'all interaction with me tonight. Because what y'all not gonna do is pretend like, wow, what I just didn't show you is not somewhat amazing. That's what we're not gonna do tonight. Okay? So I'm gonna need an interaction, a back and forth with y'all, what y'all think, what y'all know. I'm going to need engagement because I have a lot of good stuff to show you, and I don't want to end this stream off because I'm not getting good engagement. So if y'all out there, stop being lazy. The people that just want to steal my content, I need y'all to pay attention. Did y'all see that video? Her mouth is not moving. They even make her look different. All she have to do is just motion. Do the motions. Okay? And that's what be coming across TikTok and everything else. So you see, so if they could do that, why they can't do stuff like this and do the whole 360, right? So again, we're seeing videos like this.
They are fucking up that country. Iran is tearing that ass up in Israel, okay? And it's fucking crazy because one of the first things I think of when I see shit like this happening,
They truly believe it occurred.
With this person doing a whole 360.
Are we running from bomb shelter to bomb shelter? Yes. We ever? No. Said again to my people, stay safe. Intact.
Okay.
Us, intact. Our bomb shelter? Yes. Do we look like Gaza? Can we ever? No.
Us intact. Yes. Do we look like Gaza? Could we never? No. Like what? I might be wrong, but it just doesn't seem authentic. I'm just saying. And this is why when you got videos like this from News Eye of Tel Aviv in Israel, that young lady didn't show me buildings that look like this. Tel Aviv is March 7th, 2026. All right? These are the bunker busters that Iran send. Look, destroying bunkers. Look, the missiles splatter out into many. Oh, look at this. This young lady didn't show this. This young lady didn't show this. Uh-huh. Look at all this. So, I just want y'all to watch what's going on. NBC News broadcast dismissal from Iran escaping. Wait. Let's read. Escaping defenses and striking Tel Aviv. This was played on NBC. I'm confused. It clearly shows here NBC News live. This was live. So it had no chance to get edited. This is live. What's going on? Something's not right. Something's not right. When I see videos like this from Fox News cameras.
Right now we have some incoming fire toward Tel Aviv. You can see Israel's advanced air defense systems right now trying to shoot down this incoming fire. This may be from Lebanon. There were no early alerts that went out ahead of time. And you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go. Midside, let's go. Move. Go.
That's Fox News. But maybe I'm bugging. Just maybe it's me. Let me see. What is this? Who is this? National Affairs Inc. You seen that? Iran fires Fatah 2 hypersonic missile capable of speed of 11,000 mph. Are you serious? If you blink, you missed it. There is no technology that can intercept it, and Iran claims to have 1,000 of them. And maybe I'm bugging. Let me see. Let's see something else. What's this? What's this from?
Oh my God.
Is this what? Israeli war room. One missile bursting out into many. Iran launches missiles with cluster warheads at Israel. Look. It look like shooting stars. These are landing in Tel Aviv. So what is that young lady talking about? Look, you hear the Israelis, how they're shocked. Clearly, they never seen anything like it, right? Right. But we're not done. Again, because I'm still confused. What is that young lady talking about? She showed us, and Tel Aviv did look fine. It looked fine, right? 6 wounded by Iran ballistic missile attack on central Israel. Again, this is Israel war room.
הם טוענים שכן אפשר.
Am I missing something here? So is Israel really doing propaganda where they don't want it to show? Like, I don't understand. Let me see this video.
What you were seeing here, this is the tail end of one of those Iranian missiles.
Wait a minute. What's this news publication? CBS News. Really?
The engine would be here. The thruster would be pushing all that propellant out. And I want to give you a sense of how big this is. What you're seeing here
This thing is just the fuel tank. Liquid fuel would be put in here. It's loaded from a nozzle right there. It shows the sophistication of this missile, but also the size. This is about half of the incoming missile. There'd be another fuel tank, then another pod that has the targeting devices, and at the very end, there would be a warhead. And increasingly, Israeli officials tell us this is what they're finding in those warheads, these 40-pound bomblets. This is a nose cone that's meant to penetrate the atmosphere because they're being dispersed from the nose cone at up to 70 kilometers, basically outer space. And then they start fluttering down. These are fins down here that sort of stabilize them. And there's about 5 or 6 pounds of explosives on this end. They hit the ground, they explode. Shrapnel is fired everywhere. And those are essentially, Israeli officials say, anti-personnel devices. They say that there is no reason to use something like that against a military target because they're dispersed over miles and miles when they land. The only purpose for those types of those types of bombs is to harm civilian populations. And many, many, many hundreds of these have obviously been fired, and not just at Israel, but across the Gulf states as well. They don't have missile defense systems that are as good as Israel's. They have been trying to knock them out, but they've also been suffering from those drones, which have been hitting with, in some cases, very impressive accuracy. But this is one of those Iranian missiles. What you were seeing here, this is the tail.
See, now look at this comment. Why would Iran put instructions in English? Oh, hold on. We're going to get this. We're going to get this work. Filling, draining. Oh, phew. That's a good question. You see, when you see stuff like this, you got to ask, what's really going on? What's really happening? What are we really being told? But yet, homegirl said everything is just fine out there. Really?
المطار دخل المطار المطار ندخل يا ولاد ضله المطار ضله المطار ندخل ضله
See, the missiles is coming out in clusters.
يا رب الله يا يا الله يو
And this is not AI. Here's more angles. That same footage of people in Tel Aviv.
Okay, guys, we got to get off the roof. These are coming down right next to us here. They're coming down. One just about. We got to go inside.
Watch it. I want y'all to keep watching because I need to understand which one is it. Are they not being attacked as they say they are? Are they? The news is showing it. But homegirl says she's boots on the ground and she got her friends taking pictures and showing she's doing 360 and they're just fine and I don't see not one crumbled building. But when I turn on the news and other people that's showing, you see, this is the type of stuff that they're showing. So is it me? Is there propaganda that's going on? I really need y'all to respond with me. Please don't make me beg. I really want to know what's going on here. Now, here's something else. This is Iranians in Greece. They're laying down flowers, thanking Benjamin Netanyahu. They're thanking Bibi for helping come into Iran and freedom and take out the Ayatollah, which we know America's the ones that already did that. But hey, is this now? You gotta ask yourself. Now this is on the news. And they're putting flowers down at the Israeli consulate in Greece. All right? What is going on? What is really going on? But wait, there's more. I'm not done. I'm only just beginning. Here is people actually, this person showing people in Iran. Look at what they're doing.
I'm here live from the streets of Tehran. It's 3 a.m. right now, and people have just heard of the news of the new supreme leader being elected. And I'm just going to show you the views from the streets of Tehran. Make sure to send this to Trump and his dirty, filthy media. So this is just a normal random street from Tehran. I'm not making this up. It's 8 March, 3 a.m. in the morning. People are out here, and you can look at the...
So they're happy of the new supreme leader. But yet we're getting footage of America, in America, showing the people happy that they're being liberated and that the Ayatollah is gone. But these people are saying, yo, they're happy that the regime is being kept up. You heard what the guy said in the beginning.
Trump said that Iranians want to come out against the regime, and you see the protesters of the regime and all of these regime propagandists who have come out at 3 a.m. in the morning celebrating the election of Ayatollah Mustafa Khamenei as their supreme leader. We see...
We're going to move on. Y'all should know who this guy is.
Israel is taking a bloody good hiding. But you don't know it. You don't know it for two reasons. First of all, anybody releasing a picture or video of the damage in Tel Aviv is immediately sentenced to 5 years in prison. And secondly, because the mass media, CNN, BBC, Sky News, have accepted Israeli censorship and are therefore not broadcasting the footage that they have taken over a Tel Aviv that now looks like Gaza. How do I know that? Because I've got friends in Tel Aviv. Shankin Street, Tel Aviv. Near Dizengoff Square, Tel Aviv. And they've been walking around, and it's they who tell me from their own mouth that Tel Aviv now looks like Gaza. How could it not? Because the air defenses over Tel Aviv are no longer operational. The Iranians are hitting at will with the most powerful ballistic missiles. 50 ballistic missiles hit Tel Aviv last evening alone.
Is he lying? Now, look at what happened when Iran attacked one of their main points of getting water. You see the date, 2/28/2026. A big shock in Israel now. News of the targeting of the Sharek, was that desolation plant, the main pillar of Israel's water and the largest desolation plant in the world. Why is this not mainstream news? Is there something I'm missing? Now, how many do y'all know, before I continue on any further? All right. Did y'all know that they recently murked Benjamin Netanyahu's brother? Do you know Iran made it where they was smoking on a Netanyahu brother pack? And well, I'll just play this video.
Last night, the Iranians struck the home of Benjamin Netanyahu. They killed his brother. They struck the home of Ben Gvir. He is seriously wounded, may not survive. Iran is going to start to take out the totality of Israel's leadership. This is the reality of this conflict. Israel played the regime change game. It's going to be the Israelis that are going to be paying the highest price. The Iranians are no longer wearing kid gloves. They've taken them off, and they're coming in bare knuckle.
They're reporting it. This is interesting. I looked it up as soon as you said it. The BBC is reporting it as Ben Gvir was in a car accident last night. Does that surprise you?
They can report it any way they want. We know that his home is on fire, so maybe he crashed his car into his house.
That's interesting. I mean, the only reason I just can't help but be amused by this, because it would not surprise me for the BBC to provide cover for a story like this. Yeah, you and I
now know that the BBC reporters that work overseas are vetted by MI6 before they're allowed to take on their assignment. So the fact that they're colluding with Mossad to provide cover for, because what you don't want to do is confirm success. You from a battle damage assessment perspective, you don't want to confirm an Iranian success. And so what you'll do is you'll lie, you'll obfuscate, you'll cover. It's a standard operational technique. But the fact that the BBC, who's supposed to be a journalistic outlet telling the truth, is actively engaged with the Israelis to create cover for the effectiveness of an Iranian strike proves that the BBC is no longer a journalistic outlet, is purely 100% involved in information operations that are being put together by the MI6, by the CIA, by Mossad.
Now, you know what this reminds me of? I did a live stream on it before. I'm going to pull it up for you in real time. Project Mockingbird. Oh, come on. Work with me here. They got Project Mockingbird drone. Y'all ever heard of Project Mockingbird? Project Mockingbird, or Operation Mockingbird, was a covert CIA initiative from the early 1960s that wiretapped journalists to stop leaking of classified information. It primarily targeted columnists Robert S. Allen and Paul J. Scott to uncover sources within the government. It is often confused with allegations of broad effect to influence media. It's not, no, it already came out. They influenced media. And they had disbanded and then started back up. This is Project Mockingbird at its finest. Because, let me shift the gears. Hold on. Look. Let's go to, look, when you look this up, you're hardly seeing much on it. Right? But the Iranians is not playing. They smoking on a Netanyahu pack. Because watch this. This is the Jerusalem Post. Netanyahu's hideout and that his brother had been killed. Tasnim here itself noted that the speculation had not been officially confirmed. Look, this is the Jerusalem Post. Even the Jerusalem Post is like, is he not? We know that the spot where Netanyahu stayed got strike, but we don't know. We don't know what's really going on. Okay? That's what's going on right now. The IRGC linked outlet pointed to a gap in recent footage. A reported security building and other fragments of public information, but offered no proof that the Israeli prime minister was killed. That's all we got. This is March 10th. This is March 10th, 2026. Okay? We're now in March 10th, 2026. So, I'm only doing this to show y'all something is not right. Something is not right. Something's fishy going on. They're saying that the people is protesting against the Ayatollah and his family, while once the new regime come in, you see there's damn whole parades in the streets for it. What is going on? What is going on? But I'm gonna play some more videos for you because homegirl said that nothing's going on, right?
We're on the scene of the latest bombing.
She's saying Tel Aviv is fine.
Chris Reason here from 7 News in Tel Aviv, Israel. We're on the scene of the latest bombing. Come and have a look at this.
On the scene of the latest bombing, really?
The devastating results of the cluster bomb. Before they close it off, we can just see there that hole, 2-3 meters deep. They've started filling it in already. They don't muck around. The work has been swift to try and get the place back and repaired again. Now, this happened about 2 hours ago, and what has essentially happened is that they think this is the results of a cluster bomb, a single missile that's come in from Iran, 1,500 kilometers away, and it separates at a particular altitude and sends a series of smaller munitions and scatters them in about an 8-kilometer radius. Israeli authorities are telling us that there's 16 impact holes like that across this city. 5 people were injured, fortunately no one killed. That this is the reality of these types of bombings in the capital. A lot of people saying that they're expecting Iran would slow down its bombing and missile assaults on this country, but the people on the ground here aren't feeling that yet. Well, Chris Reason here from 7 News in Tel Aviv, Israel.
But homegirl said everything is fine. She said they are right. She said they good. She did a whole 360. When I'm watching all over on the news, they're being destroyed.
We can't help you. It's the message. It's loud and clear.
So it seems like a lot of places turning their back on America. Now, mind you, this is CNN. Listen, this is CNN. This is what the United Nations is saying.
We can't help you. It's the message. It's loud and clear. We just got this message here in Israel from the embassy. It reads, I'm quoting here, the U.S. Embassy is not in a position at this time to evacuate or directly assist Americans in departing Israel. Those are the words from the ambassador, Mike Huckabee, and frankly, they're consistent with what Americans are hearing across this region. You know, we all were alerted in 14 countries last night to leave immediately. People were told on their own using commercial options, which is simply an incredible irony, given that in almost all of the countries listed, there are no commercial options to leave right now. And in fact, in 6 of them, there isn't even a confirmed sitting U.S. ambassador, including in Saudi Arabia, where the massively fortified embassy has been hit. It's a stunning situation. I was struck by the words of a general who's currently stuck in Dubai. He formerly commanded the base in Kuwait, such an important base. I've been through there on my way to Afghanistan to report a story. And he was simply shocked by the situation, saying,
it's a little bit disheartening and a little bit envious to hear that the BBC has announced that the UK government is actually arranging transport for the British citizens to be able to extract them, whereas here for us as Americans, we feel abandoned. The State Departments, I've talked to 2 embassy personnel, 2 different embassies. They are in survival mode, quite frankly, because as we know, the administration reduced their budgets by almost 1/2.
His words are sobering. We can't help you.
Hey, I'm just a messenger. Now look, security cameras. I'm going to show you later what they're doing to the security cameras in Israel all around the buildings so you can't get to see footage like this. This is from a security camera on the buildings in Israel. This is in Tel Aviv. So why is homegirl talking about nothing is happening and she's doing a 360 and everything is fine? I am confused. I'm confused. So confused.
We all know that Israel and the United States launched this aggression against Iran with no real reason. They tried to pretend as if it was for the Iranian people who are indeed under a terrible oppressive regime, or it is because, like they call it, preemptive war, which is to prevent.
You know who is this talking? Against America and Israel? Do anybody know who this is? This is somebody in Tel Aviv. This is an Israeli. You have Israelis in Tel Aviv once the bombs stop, and they're going out there protesting against Benjamin Netanyahu. So I'm confused. In Chile, I'm seeing Iranians praising that the Ayatollah is gone in that regime. Then I'm watching something else that they're praising the new people that's taking the spot of the Ayatollah because they want that to keep on continuing. But yet America is saying, nah, they're protesting against them, but I'm seeing whole parades. Now I'm seeing Israelis, and it's not the first time we've seen this. It's really not. We're seeing Israelis protesting against Benjamin Netanyahu right there in Israel, against Benjamin Netanyahu and the U.S.
An attack against Israel. That's a sheer lie, because this war doesn't serve any people, neither the Iranian, nor the Israeli, nor any other people. It's just in the interest of those in power against the peoples. This is a demonstration against war, against occupation, against war crimes. It is for the peoples, including the Israeli people. So don't go astray after those who try to manipulate and incite against us as if we were against Israel and Israeli people. We are not. We are for the peoples against the governments.
Anger is surging against Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu at home amid the ongoing war with Iran, erupting into intense protests in central Tel Aviv. Demonstrators gathered at Habima Square, decrying Netanyahu's decision to continue military aggression and vowing to oppose any deeper involvement in the conflict. A member of the Knesset for the Jewish Arab Hadash Party, Ofer Kasif, said that the war was launched for no real reason, and it reflects imperialist intentions of Trump administration and the personal and political messianic, insane intentions and interests of Netanyahu and his gang. Meanwhile, the war on Iran also revealed Israel's deeply divided public opinion. a minor clash broke out as pro-war supporters also joined the anti-war protest. Protesters from opposing camps shouted slogans, waved banners, and confronted each other in the heart of the city. Pro-war supporters defended the Israeli government's actions and called the strikes necessary for Israel's security. As tensions escalated, security forces moved in to separate the rival groups and prevent the confrontation from spiraling out of control.
We all know that Israel and the United States launched this aggression against Iran with no real reason. Those in power against the people.
I'm just a messenger. I am just a messenger.
The IDF is cutting camera feeds across occupied Palestine to conceal the extent of damage that they're taking from Iranian strikes. Israeli occupation forces are smashing surveillance cameras across Tel Aviv and other occupied cities as part of a media blackout policy aimed at concealing the amount of damage from Iranian missile strikes. Israel is controlling the information so tightly that they are receiving a beating from Iran and Hezbollah right now. The damage inflicted on Tel Aviv is intense, and the attacks are relentless. These are not just one-off hits. And because it is so bad, Israeli authorities are restricting coverage to protect the narrative that they are somehow winning in the war against.
So you've seen them destroying the cameras, right? The security cameras. Oh, it gets better. It gets really better. It gets real better. Hold on.
Tel Aviv is taking a huge beating, and mainstream.
Looks a lot different from how Homegirl was doing the 360 showing us, right?
Tel Aviv is taking a huge.
So what's really going on, people? Now, this one I found very interesting. While Israel is at war, look at what they had time to go do.
Unlike the decimation of entire grave sites in Gaza, at 10 p.m. on Friday night, 2 Israeli helicopters landed outside the town of Nabi Chit along the Syrian-Lebanese border in the eastern Bekaa Valley. Israeli commandos were dropped off and began digging up a grave in a nearby cemetery. They were reportedly on a mission to find the remains of the Israeli pilot, Ron Arad, who has been missing in action since 1986. The mission didn't yield any results and instead led to the death of 41 civilians and 3 Lebanese soldiers after Israeli strikes were called in to destroy Hezbollah positions that started firing on the gravediggers. Since the start of the genocide in Gaza, reports of necroviolence committed by Israel have circulated online. The IDF confirmed the use of bulldozers and heavy machinery to raze over 16 cemeteries, stating they were looking for hostage remains and trying to locate terrorist infrastructure. Unlike the decimation of...
So why are they looking to dig up for a dead soldier from so many years ago in the next spot? What let me just play this video for you because I'm about to start wrapping it up. This is CNN admitting that they... Well, I'll just play it.
So as we're talking, I will just say, and we're not going to show this live, as we don't show this live, but I do see interceptors going up from where I can say that we just saw one go up there. We're not showing you that because we're not going to show, the Israeli government does not allow us or want us to show where that may have come up, that interceptor, but I've not seen it intercept anything.
So they admit that the Israeli government, that's CNN, admitting that the Israeli government don't want them to show or report on what's actually going on. Now, who remember when Benjamin Netanyahu said this? Because I remember this.
This is word for word, verbatim, from the Jerusalem Post by Benjamin Netanyahu in 1990. If we get caught, they will just replace us with a person from the same cloth. So it doesn't matter what you do. America is a golden calf, and we will suck it dry, chop it up, and sell it off piece by piece until there is nothing left but the world's biggest welfare state that we create and control. Why? Because it's God's will. And America is big enough to take the hit, so we can do it again and again and again. This is what we do to the countries that we hate. We destroy them very slowly, but we make them suffer for refusing to be our slave. This is word for word, verbatim, from the Jerusalem.
Yeah, Benjamin Netanyahu said that. Now you might be like, nah, you're lying. No. So what if that was in the Jerusalem Post for all those that vote blue no matter who and Democrat lovers? Do y'all remember when Biden said this in an interview? President Biden?
When I went to Israel, immediately after their attack by Hamas, 8 days later, whatever it was, and I told them we were going to help. And I said, but Bibi, I said, you can't be carpet bombing these communities. And he said to me, well, you did it. You carpet bombed, not his exact words, but you carpet bombed Berlin. You dropped a nuclear weapon. You killed thousands of innocent people because you had to in order to win a war. I said, but that's why we came up with the UN. New deals by which what would we do relative to civilians and military.
So he was comparing 21st century war tactics, battle tactics, with World War II.
Well, what he was really doing is he was going after me for saying you can't indiscriminately bomb civilian areas, even if the bad guys are there. Even if the bad guys are there, you can't take out 2, 10, 12, 1,500 people, innocent people, in order to get the one bad guy. When I went to Israel...
Yeah, I don't remember that one, huh? Y'all forgot about that. Wait, there's more. I'm not done. Hey, I'm just giving you the reports. I'm just the messenger. Let me see. Is one more. What's this? I'm gonna play that 60-minute one last. So this bunker that got taken out by one of Iran's missiles, right? Which I showed y'all it before, but I'm just showing you it again for the new people that's coming in. They said they killed how much of their top scientists? They killed a whole lot of people. That's one of their largest, strongest, biggest bunkers. And yet they only reporting 6 people died. Yeah. But damn, where's the one with? Oh man, I didn't put it up there. Oh yes, Putin. Listen, now all this is all over the Strait of Hamas, in case y'all don't know. Iran blocked it off. Now Israel done got caught doing false flag terrorism, blaming Iran to drag them into the war. But you just listen to what Putin got to say.
Last year, about a third of the world's offshore oil exports passed through the Strait of Hormuz. Now this route is actually closed. Oil production, which is tied to the use of the strait, runs the risk of completely stopping next month. As a result, global oil prices are rising. Russia is and has always been a reliable supplier of energy resources.
Y'all heard that? So America, they ain't had no choice. They ain't had no choice. They had no choice. They had to go up into that war. They had to. It is what it is. But let's not pretend like, you know what?
How did this tiny country convince the world's great superpower with the greatest military in history to do its bidding in a way that was going to hurt it? The most obvious answer is because Bibi told the President of the United States, you can join me or not, but I'm going. And at that point, you really only have two choices. Get on board or tell Israel no. And if they did it...
So this is the deal. They detained Tucker Carlson. Okay? In case you didn't know, I'm surprised that didn't blow up in even bigger news. When I say Israel detained him, I forgot when he met with whatever senator or whoever, whatever politician, because they didn't like that. Okay? And he's been exposing a lot of stuff ever since.
There's some disinformation floating around online claiming that most of Tel Aviv has been destroyed by Iranian missiles, and I want to clarify as a journalist who's currently in Tel Aviv that that's all nonsense. Yes, there have been a small number of hits. Yes, the area immediately around those hits has experienced some damage, but that is a very tiny percentage of the city, and that vast majority of Tel Aviv is operating with near perfect normalcy.
District of Israel, you can see behind.
You don't want that audio to play. That song. Yeah, that's a tiny, that look like a tiny part of the city. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Those that just seems like tiny parts of the city, right? Come on, people. Come on. Look, them destroying the cameras, the surveillance cameras. Oh, boy. Why you lying, homie? This is the Tel Aviv airport that got bombed. That's why a lot of people can't come out and they got to pay how much? Hundreds of thousands for a private jet. But we don't want to talk about that nor show that, right? Only a small portion, right? This is Israeli War Room. This is an Israeli publication. Look, whatever you want to call them, that gives you the news from Israel. Iran launched another missile attack targeting Israeli civilians. Look at all these red dots. You got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me.
No. Go! Move!
But homegirl doing 360s and she's like, everything is fine.
Iran missile. Just one missile destroyed Israel bomb shelter, killing 9 Israelis.
The sirens ringing out again at the Beit Shemesh, where this week 9 were killed when an Iranian missile slammed straight into the village bomb shelter, its half-ton warhead penetrating the roof. The extraordinary thing about the direct hit on
Iran missile. Just one missile destroyed.
Okay. And that was one missile that did that. That was one missile. It's destroying bomb shelters, bunker busters. Again, I'm just a messenger. But yet everything is fine, right? Everything is all hunky-dory. Nothing to see here. Let me show you what that missile does in case y'all don't know.
Reportedly managed to penetrate Israel's Iron Dome and Arrow missile defense systems using the Fata-2 missile, which is equipped with a hypersonic glide vehicle capable of reaching speeds between Mach 5 and Mach 20, up to 17,900 kilometers per hour, or roughly 10,000 miles per hour. At such extreme speeds, the missile leaves air defense systems like Iron Dome, Arrow, and even Sling with very little time to detect, track, and engage the threat, making interception efforts exceptionally difficult. This is how it works. The Fata-2 missile launches with a solid fuel booster that pushes it to hypersonic speeds, reportedly over Mach 15, as it climbs to high altitudes. Once it reaches the edge of the atmosphere, the booster separates and the glide vehicle, carrying the warhead, begins its independent flight. Re-entering the atmosphere at extreme speed, the glide vehicle uses its aerodynamic design and a small liquid fuel engine to maneuver unpredictably, typically flying between 12 and 30 kilometers above the ground. As it approaches the target, it drops to a lower altitude and performs sharp evasive maneuvers at speeds above Mach 5. This combination of speed, agility, and a shifting flight path makes it incredibly hard for air defenses to track or intercept. What sets the Fata-2 apart from conventional ballistic missiles is its ability to maneuver during flight. While traditional missiles follow predictable parabolic trajectories, the Fata-2 breaks from this pattern. It uses aerodynamic control surfaces and a movable nozzle powered by hydrazine fuel to adjust its course while gliding through the atmosphere. This is the reason you see the dragon tail all over Israeli sky. These continuous and unpredictable trajectory changes make the missile extremely difficult to track. Its erratic flight path confuses radar systems and overwhelms targeting algorithms that are designed to handle more conventional, stable trajectories. At the core of its propulsion system is a spherical solid fuel engine with a movable nozzle, which allows for precise steering and controlled acceleration during re-entry. This gives the missile the agility to dodge interception attempts more effectively. The warhead mounted on a maneuverable re-entry vehicle can further alter its path in the final phase of flight, complicating interception even more and reducing the chances of a successful defense. Iranian officials have claimed that the Fata-2 also features radar evading capabilities, hinting at possible stealth or low observable technologies. Iran has also asserted that the Fata-2 has already penetrated Israeli air defenses and struck high-value targets, including military intelligence facilities and the Israeli Air Defense Headquarters in Tel Aviv. For context, the earlier Fata-1 missile is a two-stage, solid propellant weapon equipped with a maneuverable re-entry vehicle capable of mid-course adjustments and independent flight. Its warhead includes thrust vector control, allowing it to execute evasive maneuvers during both the mid-course and terminal phases of flight, sometimes as close as 100 kilometers from the target. One of Israel's major disadvantages is its small size. In terms of land area, Israel is roughly 75 times smaller than Iran, making Iran about 7,400% larger. This stark contrast highlights just how compact Israel is by comparison. Because of its limited size, virtually any missile launched toward Israel can reach its target within minutes. This drastically reduces the time.
I don't even need to show no more of this. I don't need to even show no more of this. Oh, yo, I can't. Why somebody put, who's this? P. Bonnie, yo. Where's Chuck Norris and the Delta Force when you need them? Hey, yo.
This is a home that was hit by one of the Iranian ballistic missiles, the shrapnel. You can see the damage, what's left of here. This is a home that's been in the family for 5 generations, and by the looks of it, in 1 second this afternoon, it was destroyed, and you can see what's left of it. They're trying to clean it outside, but there's nothing left here.
Nothing. Only memories.
So this is one of the cluster munitions likely that came from the Iranian ballistic missile. At the same time, there were a number of reports of damage all over the place, and it looks like, especially when you look around at what we're looking at here, that one came through the roof, perhaps down some sort of opening on the roof and exploded and left this, what's left of the apartment here. And you can look in every direction, the entire apartment is destroyed. And by the looks of it, it's very possible the entire building will have to be torn down here.
למזלנו לא היה אף אחד בדירה, זה בית ישן, כמעט בן 100 שנה, אין לו מקלט, הם היו במקלט השכונתי.
רצו ברגע ששמעו את האזעקות?
ברגע ששמעו את האזעקות, יצאו למקלט השכונתי.
When you look around the apartment, you can see all the wreckage, of course, but you can also see what was here. For example, in this corner behind me here is a toilet. There was a wall here. The refrigerator that was about where I'm standing is now over there.
Damn.
That was a sitting area, a living room. The TV still on the wall there. It's unbelievable to think that this was one part of the cluster munition, likely, that did this level of damage here. This is a home that was...
And that was just one of the cluster bombs that opens up. Yeah. We're already at over an hour mark. So this chick right here.
They are fucking...
Response. Took them here, got me a little map, and I kept reading where. That was her response.
When we already seen video of them on the beach, the sirens go off and them running.
Not fucked up like people presume we are. I just needed to prove that because for some reason, people are proudly making videos and so happy that what they think occurred, they truly believe it occurred when it didn't. By the way, someone even told me, I dare you to leave your house and show where you are. The roofs intact, buildings intact, us intact. Are we shooken up? Are we running from bomb shelter to bomb shelter? Yes. Do we look?
And we now know they could go through the bomb shelter. Let me see, who is this chick? What, 31.3K followers, right? And she's saying everything's fine. This is her again.
So to whom it may concern and whoever missed the memo, if you woke up today stuck in traffic, having a bad day, flat tire, late to work, anything that can be fucked up and is not in your control, I have the answer. It is in the control of the USA and Israel. Trump and Netanyahu have everything to do with your life being fucked up. And it's time for you to understand that. I happened to scroll on TikTok and see a video of a lady in Dubai in some parking garage talking about her experience, right? Dubai got struck, whatever happened. She left room in that video to blame it on Trump. Mind you, Dubai has nothing to do with the conversation being had between Israel, USA, and...
I know the video she's talking about. And when I seen that video, I'm like, yo, how are you adding Trump into this? But, hey, that's neither near here nor there. So, come to find out, yeah, I forgot. If they live in there, they got to be soldiers. This is her partying with her moms. Okay. See, she got her weapon. Oh, okay. All right.
They are fucking up that country.
The video now makes sense. It makes all the sense in the world now. Okay. I think we're good over here on that. Let me see any comments from the people. Let me see. Before I continue, it was something else that I had to show you. How they were saying that certain attacks that Iran was attacking their neighbors was really Israel. They done got caught and arrested for it. I'm not going to get into that right now. Y'all pretty much get the gist. Let me see. Any comments? Any comments? Any comments? Somebody put, what is that? Home stolen from a palace. Oh, y'all brutal out here, huh? The youth are finding out the truth. They think some of us ain't old enough to remember how they took over in the 60s. Okay. Tucker asked a few weeks ago, who are the real Jews, really? Kamala's Israeli control. All of them are 50 states, one Israel. I hear that. Look like a Netflix movie, War Machine. Facts. They are masters of media and want the world to cry for them. Well, it don't look like it's happening. It really doesn't. I seen something on IG where they were blowing up the ground and was spray paint. Yeah, I think Iran spray painted the jets on the ground where it looked like up above, like if it's 3D, and America was sending missiles and just really blowing up the ground. I don't even want to play that video. It's very embarrassing. It really is. No more comments. Team Epstein is destined to lose. Who is Team Epstein? Yeah, I think that's it for now. There's some others that I could show you. Yeah, I'd rather not, because then I'll be pushing the envelope. I really would. So, yeah, I think I showed you most that I needed to show you. Like I said, I just wanted answers on certain things. How homegirl talking about they're fine, but I'm seeing on major news outlets what's going on. Some stuff just don't make sense. This was interesting. Yes, thank you, Stoner Feud. I appreciate you taking the time to share this information. You're welcome. Already pushing it, talking about a country. Yeah, Taman. I guess you're right. But you know there's limits to this. I ain't go too far now. I ain't go way too far. Like you see, I touched on Benjamin Netanyahu's brother. Listen, there's a lot going on. A lot that is not able to be explained. So when I see stuff like this go on, I'm like, why are they lying? Well, Dubai is doing the same thing. They don't want people to know that they got striked. I'm like, what? Why are you lying? Why the lies? Why do you feel the need to lie? It just doesn't make sense to me. There's a lot going on that doesn't make sense to me. anymore when it comes to this. But hey, you know, it is what it is. I was going to bring up something with Michael Jackson and how they would send the media out after him from a song he made. But I'm not going to get it. That's for a whole nother live stream. Salute to the international audience. Salute to the message. Hold on, what? Wait a minute. Before I leave out of here, I haven't heard anything on Dubai. Really? Okay. I got you. Let me show this before I get out of here. Good old Dubai. Good old Dubai. Let's get it. Because in case you don't know, I ain't even going to talk about it. Let me just pull this up. Dubai, 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 Dubai. Media. Dubai fake media war. Now, Dubai government, just like Israel, will imprison you if you report on the bombings. You don't believe me? Let's see.
I'm in Dubai right now. Does it look like we're being bombed? It looks pretty okay to me. Everyone just panicking and stressing over nothing. Literally nothing. A couple of fireworks, mate. Is that what you're stressed about? Oh, who can get a flight out of the country? Grow up, man. It's calm. Nothing happened. Literally nothing happened.
Literally nothing happened, huh?
Looks like this story broke at about 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but according to Emirati officials via Dubai's government media office, they confirmed that an unmanned aerial system targeted and crashed into the U.S. consulate in Dubai on March 3rd of 2026.
What? What the fuck? What? The U.S. consulate in Dubai? Why is this not major news? And I wasn't going to touch on this until I seen Lisa 888 comment, and I was like, you know what? Let me just leave it alone. Let me say good night. But once she said she ain't hear nothing on Dubai, and I take it y'all didn't hear nothing on Dubai either, huh? You hear that sound? That's an Iraqi drone. Anytime you hear that sound, say your prayers and start sprinting. Matter of fact, while you're sprinting, say your prayers. But homeboy, I just played the video where homeboy said everything is fine. Man up, man. Okay.
Shit.
Yeah, shit.
Move. Nikal. Another drone. Well, leave from there.
According to statements from Dubai's media office and multiple news outlets like Reuters, The Guardian, Wall Street Journal, and a bunch of others, the strike caused a limited small fire in the vicinity of or near the U.S. consulate compound. The fire has been contained, extinguished, and fully put out by local authorities. There have been no injuries reported and no casualties among staff, visitors, or others. Some reports specify that the unmanned aerial system struck the parking lot of a peripheral area, with videos circulating online showing smoke, flames, and the movement moment of impact. Now, this is something that seems to be a trend that's been happening all over CENTCOM right now, with U.S. consulates and embassies being targeted by the Islamic regime with both ballistic missiles and unmanned aerial systems. Now, according to the UAE Ministry of Defense, the UAE has intercepted 172 ballistic missiles out of 186 that have been detected in their airspace over the past few days, with 13 that fell in the sea and one that landed in UAE territory. And then they've intercepted.
Now understand this. U.S. is using $2 million missiles to stop drones that cost 50-something K. That's doing major damage. Okay? Dubai says Asian resident killed by falling shrapnel on vehicle.
The
Ummah time. Okay, but nothing is happening. Everything is just fine. It's all good. You think Iran don't know exactly where they're trying to target and who they're trying to hit? But yet nothing is happening. Everything is all fine. Right? Dubai is doing a media blackout because Dubai is under attack as well. Let me put Dubai. Damn, I should have had the videos already queued up for you. Dubai media blackout. Let me see what comes up. Nope. Dubai media arrest. Let me see. Arrested in Dubai, facing 5 years imprisonment. Oh yeah.
All right, guys. So I don't know how much you've been following this. If you haven't been following it, it has been literally insane.
No. I don't want that news. I want the one where they blocking the
biggest
media.
news in the Sydney crime world this week is the arrest.
I'll do a next video on it where I'll show you the influencers is talking about they can't report on what's going on in Dubai because you know, they'll get arrested and you know what? Hold on. Let me do it in real time for you. Dubai media. Dubai media. Jail time for reporting. Unverified information. EU warns against spreading rumors. Here we go. But I don't want y'all to think I'm lying. I like to overkill it at times, so that way I can't say I don't know. UAE warns against spreading rumors during crisis. It's not rumors. You just don't want them reporting the truth. That's why all of the people out there sound like puppets repeating the same thing. And you have black people crying how they being treated like slaves that was there visiting. Fine up to 200. What's that in Iraqi dollars? I don't know how much is that in US dollars. The point is, it's happening. March 8th, 2026. Really? Spreading rumors in time of crisis? Sure. Okay. Whatever. But these are the videos. Influencers in Dubai warned they face prison for protest. For posting. Look, 3 days ago, influencers in Dubai warned they face prison for posting material about the conflict with Iran. Dubai influencers have been warned they could face jail for posting about the Iran conflict after missile debris struck parts of the city. Again, I'm just a messenger. Okay? Iran is going ham. Anyway, where they got allies or whatever the case is, they're on the attack. So don't say I didn't tell you. Don't say it's not true. Don't say it's not happening, because it's happening. I'm surprised none of these videos take you to TikTok. There's a bunch of videos on TikTok about it. Okay? It really is. Let me go right back here. We're going to do it like this. Let's see what comes up. Damn, I wish I had saved those videos. Let's see what comes up. There it goes.
So allegedly, the UAE has been arresting anyone that has been uploading footage showing the destruction in UAE, to the point that they've released this. Imprisonment for 2 years and a fine of no less than AED 200,000 for spreading rumors and false news during time of crisis. The public prosecution has clarified that the crime of spreading rumors and false news is punishable by imprisonment for not less than a year, a fine of no less than AED 100,000. The penalty shall be imprisonment, blah, blah, blah. If such acts mislead public opinion, harm any state authority or its institutions, are committed during times of epidemics, crises, emergencies, or disasters. If you notice, you'll see a lot of videos going around of the president of UAE walking around and, doing propaganda. I've seen, for me, I don't know, maybe it's my algorithm. It's been showing me a lot of Africans who have been walking around randomly running into the king of Saudi, the president of Saudi, of UAE. It's all propaganda.
It is. I've seen the videos he's talking about. And it's so funny. They're all showing the same thing, and the influencers have to post it up. Okay? You will get in trouble.
في ظل ما تشهد المنطقة من أحداث ومع انتشار موجة من الأخبار المضللة والشائعات. هنا
they've been on it since February, telling people don't do it. Don't make it happen. Don't do it.
Is anyone else's timeline full of these Abu Dhabi and UAE propaganda videos that all follow the
we know who
same
keep us
script?
safe.
I don't know if the UAE is literally handing out scripts to its influencers, but they don't have to. Because for the past 20 years, they have been building in new media to justify and propagandize for them and obscure their genocidal aims. So they don't have to explicitly astroturf stupid-ass memes like this whenever they get bombed to promote their tourism industry. They don't really need to astroturf, although I do think they did, Dubai chocolate, because they have already bought the influence. And that is why you are seeing so much out of Abu Dhabi and Dubai and the UAE as a whole, and you're not seeing similar levels of things out of Qatar or Saudi Arabia or its public image, massive oil.
Yeah, it is.
Iran's #1 target for retaliation appears to be the United Arab Emirates. More than 1,700 missiles and drones have been fired over the past 10 days. Compare that to a couple of hundred in Qatar. And this is all despite the UAE refusing to let the US use its military bases and its airspace for an attack on Iran. Experts say that hitting the UAE may tick more than one box for Tehran. The UAE's security alliance with the United States. That is what Iran is citing when it is targeting these US military and political areas. It is also geographically close. Just 100 kilometers of water separates them, meaning that Iran's large supply of short-range missiles and drones can reach Emirati shores quickly. And Dubai is seen as an economic powerhouse, as the epicenter of globalization. Hitting here can rattle the global markets. And if Iran does see this war as an existential threat, it clearly wants the impact to be as wide as possible.
Yeah, I'm going to bed. Mind you. They've been under attack since February. And people have not been able to properly leave. See, they copping the plea now. They talking about they not going to participate on any attack on Iran, but Iran is like, yo, F you helping the US. We're not trying to hear that. Listen, I'm just a messenger, people.
I really wanted to believe that this wasn't real, but it is. The UAE, United Arab Emirates, an Arab country, is so concerned with their own citizens being radicalized by the Muslim.
Oh no, this is from January. Okay, that's it. That's a wrap. So now y'all know. Peace. Bedtime. Later, y'all. Salute to the international audience. Salute to the domestic.